Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Day Trading Futures with JD, and I'm JD. So I wanted to put together this video series on helping everyone if you're new to trading, and the series is probably first part going to be over support and resistance. Then I'm going to do another video on divergence, and then we'll check and see what the next step is after that. But I think there are some people, some viewers of my channel that are new, and I believe that I can help out. And the reason why I think I can help out is because I've been searching myself for answers on seeing things. It's like I feel like I've been missing something along the way, and I have, you know. I think that I've been missing a lot over these last few months, and I think I've figured out what I was missing. So I want to start off with the video with this quote here. I don't know who said it. I found it on the internet, and it seems to apply. Some people say futures trading is dangerous. I say investing in anything with a lack of knowledge is dangerous. I believe this wholeheartedly. I have had to reset my Apex evaluation several times, and it's very frustrating because I knew I was missing something. Well, and in this video series, hopefully I will help you guys out. All right, so in this video series, we're going to start off with this episode 1. This will be over support and resistance. We'll talk about trend lines. We'll talk a little bit about reversals and divergences for longer in the next video in the series, but I definitely want to talk about support and resistance in this one. And it sounds easy, right? Support and resistance, you just draw some lines on the chart. Well, I'm hopefully going to show you some tips that will help you along the way. And I kind of hesitated at learning technical analysis in the beginning because I didn't want to think to myself, I didn't want to admit to myself that I needed help with this. Well, I did, okay? All right, so let's get into the video. All right, so let's hit the charts. First, I guess let's talk about what is support and resistance. And I don't want to get into technical lecture about supply and demand, but basically, when you're looking at the charts, support and resistance is where the price meets and will either retract or the price will hit a stopping point and consolidate. When we go here to the chart, first step is we just kind of want to look and see, where the price stopped. So the stop, it stopped here. Of course, I am on the 1 hour chart, and I would recommend if you're looking for support and resistance, major areas of support and resistance, you want to go to the 1 hour chart. Okay. So here you can see there was some resistance right here most recently. And then over here, there was some, looks like it may be an area also. This was a key area as well. And down here, there's some resistance. Right here, there's some resistance. So one thing to keep in mind is support and resistance areas or zones, they're not a line. It's not just a straight line right across. These are going to be areas. These are going to be zones, because as the days goes on, as each day opens and closes, you're going to have, the price isn't going to stop right at 46.70. It's going to be an area. So when we're going and doing this, we definitely need to look and see the candles, right? We want to see how the candles are reacting, how the price, what the candles look like. when you see, as the price moves up, and you see this area here, this wick here indicates the price was trying to get up, and then the sellers kicked in. And whenever I see prices like this, or the candles like this with a long wick and then immediate retraction, I want to think of like a rocket ship, right? I know it sounds kind of corny, but if you go over here, there we are, and think of this as a rocket ship, that's kind of what I think of it. And you know that there's, with that wick, there's price rocketing down, or I guess I should say rocketing away from that support and resistance area, right? Whether it be bullish or bearish. Okay. So that's a way that I kind of think of it that way. So as soon as you open the charts, first thing you do is go to the 1 hour chart, find your support and resistance zones. I've already done that. I use the block feature, and I kind of highlight certain areas. What I recommend doing is find where price is at, and then go 2 zones over the price and 2 zones below the price. Okay, this will kind of give you a very quick view of how price is. Now, this will it'll give you an area of where the price is, and probably where price will be and where it will bounce. Now, marking the chart, like I said, just remember that these are zones. These are not just one line, because one line is not going to give you an accurate area. Like I said, look at also another indication of support and resistance area where you want to see these double bottoms and double tops. So like this is let me see here. So like this is a double bottom, and here's a double top, So then, of course, you could look at, reading how the, look for the W's and the M's, and maybe I'll do a video on that too. Like this is a good W pattern, double bottom pattern. All right. So anyway, this will help you see some areas of support and resistance, so you can mark the charts right as soon as you get there, or as soon as you open up the chart, getting ready to trade. Now, next thing you need to do is find the trend. Sometimes trends can be kind of hard to follow or hard to see. So you can do this, will help you. A lot of traders don't realize what this is for, but you can definitely see when you go to the line chart, you can definitely see a clear trend line, right? I mean, there's a trend. Of course, you can't really see that probably too well there. That's probably better. And here was a trend. Let me turn that around. Come on. Something like that, right? So that'll kind of help you out finding the trend. And then you go back to your candle chart, and then you can see. It doesn't have to be exact. The line charts actually will show you where price closed, not necessarily where price was. So that's why you see a little difference there with these red candles and the wicks. You don't see the wicks because you just see where price closed. All right, so that's a couple of things that you can do to find the trend. Or that's one way to find the trend. Another way to find the trend is, of course, throw on your moving averages. Price is below the 200, it's look for sells, right? However, it's not going to be an accurate depiction of a reversal. whenever you look at the line chart, and then you actually see the trend, and then you can see where the price broke the trend, and then that's where you see your reversal coming in, which we'll talk about that later. All right, so here's other ways to find support and resistance, okay? Let me clean this up a little bit. One thing I forgot to say, when you're looking for support and resistance, remove all your indicators, all your moving averages, and just have a plain chart. Okay, it'll clear out everything and make things so much easier. All right, so there's actually some indicators that can help you find support and resistance. One is the auto Fibonacci extension. This will help. Then you can come over here and click on the settings, and you can click reverse, and it'll reverse it if you want to look at prior support and resistance areas. And there you go. You can look at the more current resistance areas. All right, so obviously here's a key area, and then I'll show you here where my support and resistance right on top of the Fibonacci area. All right, and of course you have the Fibonacci tool over here. The Fibonacci retracement tool works the same way. If you're in a bearish or in a bullish market, you start off at the top. And when you're in a bearish, well, then you start out at the bottom. I'm sorry. When you're in a bullish market, you start from the lowest price and you go all the way up to the top. And it's reversed when you're in a bearish market. All right. So another way to find support and resistance and trend is actually using what they call the pitchfork. You start off with the most recent high, go down to where the most recent low, and you come back up to the next high. So whenever you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see where price. Let me hide some of this noise. All right, so you can see where the price comes up and hits the trend line, retracts, bounce off this other area here, and then look, it shows whenever you triangulate it with your support and resistance, well then you actually get a really accurate area of where a reversal could happen, and you get an accurate area of triangulation of where support and resistance and where the price is going to go. And then of course whenever price retracts and moves, not retracts but bounces from an area, you can clone another pitchfork and you can kind of see where price is going to be during the next trading cycle. All right, so that's a couple of things. There's a guy on YouTube, or a channel on YouTube, it's called Fractal Flows. Very, very good with understanding or teaching. Let me find this guy, Fractal Flows. Check out this channel here if you want to learn more about the pitchfork.
Welcome to the Fractal Flow.
Very informative channel. All right, now, so now that you can see some of the things that will affect price, the movement, there are other things to consider. You know, you're going to have breakouts, you're going to have false breakouts, and you're going to have it to where the price will reverse, like I showed you with this line here. You know, of course, you have the signature W pattern, which is an indication of a reversal, but you have this area right here where the price broke the trend, and that's where we'll go into the next series of reading the divergences because when I show you here, where this is the area of, you know, support, and when we go here to this zone, actually probably right here would be good too. You can see anyway, you can see that there's a divergence right here. And when you look at this area right here, this low, big divergence there as well, right? And that's another indication, which my next video will get into divergences and reversals. So, all right. So hopefully you got some value out of this video. It's ended up probably a little longer than I expected it to be. But you know, it's like this is just definitely one of the things that whenever I was going through trading, I was just missing something, you know, and this is what it was. So if you've made it this far in the video, that means that you've liked the video, and I'd appreciate it if you would hit the like and subscribe. If you'd like to catch this next video and get a notification of my next video in the series of divergences. This is where I'll explain what a hidden and a regular divergence are, and how to find them and what the differences are. That was one of the things I searched and searched so many hours trying to figure out what the difference is between or how to spot the difference of a hidden divergence and a regular divergence. Well, in my next video, I'll show you and I'll explain it to you what the difference is and how you can tell if the price is going to continue or if the price is going to reverse. So I'd also like to add, if you're interested in trading other people's money, click down below and you'll see just a link for Apex Trader funding, and you can trade other people's money and go through an evaluation and just check and see you know, how well you do in the evaluation, and maybe you'll be a good enough trader to get a full funded account. So I appreciate you watching, and be sure to like and subscribe. And if you would like to learn more about Apex Trader funding, watch the next video.